The Nintendo Switch 2 has been officially announced. There's a lot of questions to be answered. I'm going to be watching the official reveal trailer here for the first time. I'm going to be doing my best to analyze everything that is shown to us. I got to tell you guys, my first question, because I haven't really looked at anything online so far, is it going to support the cartridges from the original Switch? Because I bought a whole bunch of physical games, and if they don't work with the Nintendo Switch 2, I'm going to be really upset. So let's see what we're getting here. We're going to take a look right here. Nintendo Switch 2 first look trailer. Let's go. By the way, important thing. What resolution is this video on? 1080p. Are they 3D sculpting the thing in the presentation? Okay. USB plug on the top. That's important. Okay. Very flexible kickstand. Bigger Joy-Cons, which was a complaint that a lot of people had. Okay. You want to know what is the biggest question I have when they start showing, oh man, look at the analog sticks. Like, my biggest question is, what is the technology behind those analog sticks? Is it the same thing that we currently have on like the DualSense and the Xbox One controllers or the existing Switch Pro controllers? Is the same technology? Yeah, that kind of suck. So now it's not rails, just like snap-on. I wonder if it's magnetic. The naming is a little bit weird for me. I expected something else. Mario Kart 8. So it works like the original Nintendo Switch. $20.25. Oh. Plays Nintendo Switch 2 exclusive games as well as Nintendo Switch games. Nintendo Switch 2 plays both physical and digital Nintendo Switch games. Yes! Certain Nintendo Switch games may not be supported fully compatible with Nintendo Switch 2. Why? What? If it's the same cartridges, what do you mean? Why would certain games... Oh, look at the bezel on it, though. Because, like, I looked at the screen and I initially thought, oh, it's going to have the bezel's, like, way smaller, but there's still a big bezel. Details will be shared on the Nintendo website at a later date. Nintendo's Direct Nintendo Switch 2 at the 2nd of April. Series of hands-on events held around the world. All right. Interesting. So, couple of things. Obviously, the analog stick, not the analog sticks, the Joy-Cons are going to be changing. The console no longer is rails. It is now like snap-on, but there's no real hardware details or anything like that. Obviously, it's a bigger screen, so it's like a bigger system all around. That appears to be the biggest thing about it. And I know it's funny. The biggest thing. It's just like it's bigger. Okay, it's bigger than the original Nintendo Switch. Obviously, we now have what appears to be USB ports on top so that you can charge it from the top, I'm assuming, as opposed to always just having to charge from the bottom because you can't have the kickstand whilst charging. Kickstand now also apparently folds further into the back. I rarely ever use the kickstand. Joy-Cons are bigger as well. I'll be very curious to see what analog sticks they have. If they're using Hall Effect or not. Hall Effect would probably be better, but even Hall Effect has its issues as well, to be completely honest. I just don't know what the current solution is for analog sticks because I've just been constantly disappointed by them. But yeah, I'm just happy that apparently it's going to mostly support the same cartridges, which was the big question that I had, because Nintendo Switch really is the only console for which I buy physical media, because it seems to be the only company that actually still cares about physical media. So I'm happy that I've been doing that, because I have a bunch of titles that I still haven't played on the original Switch that I own in physical, so that's cool. Assuming that this is going to be a more powerful system. Another thing that is weird to me is the naming. Switch 2, I would have expected to be like, to be honest, considering some of the naming conventions that I've seen from Nintendo, I thought it was going to be the new Nintendo Switch. The NNS, the new Nintendo Switch. It wouldn't have even surprised me if that's what they had done, but they went with Switch 2, which is strange. I don't know how many has Nintendo ever had like the second console, because we had like Nintendo 64, GameCube, all of the, the Wii, the Wii U. Switch 2 is just, I feel like, again, I feel like I haven't really played that much during the Super Nintendo days and the Famicom system and all of that stuff, so I'm maybe a little bit out of touch, but I feel like Nintendo doesn't usually use the whole 2 nomenclature unless it's on their games. But yeah, so we have the official website here, Nintendo Switch 2. First look trailer, so we have some more detailed shots. You can play Nintendo Switch 2 exclusive games as well as Nintendo Switch games on Nintendo Switch 2. Plays both physical and digital Nintendo Switch games. That is good. So that means that I'm assuming all of the purchases that you made on your Switch account will carry forwards to your Switch 2 account. The layout of the buttons appears to be pretty much the same that you had on the original Switch. So it's just like an improved Switch. We have a couple of games here in the background that I'm assuming these are all games that they've checked to be compatible. We have Kirby's Forgotten Land, Super Mario Party Jamboree, Legend of Zelda, Tears of the Kingdom, and I'm assuming Breath of the Wild. Xenoblade Chronicles being featured on there. Very nice. Xenoblade Chronicles 3. Well, that means that this is going to be the best machine to play Xenoblade Chronicles X on, which is pretty friggin' cool. But obviously, Xenoblade Chronicles X is going to actually release before this comes out, because it's going to be a presentation on April. Considering usual marketing cycles and stuff like that, if we're getting one on April, I'm assuming that we're looking at a holiday release. That's what I would assume. Yeah, I think that Nintendo is going to be targeting a holiday release for this, more likely than not. Register for a chance to enter, experience it firsthand. Ticket registrations. Oh, so you can experience these if you're in New York, LA, or Dallas. It's probably going to be some over in Japan as well, and probably some over in Europe as well to go try out the new console. Registration time is from January 17th till January 26th. There were actually rumors that the console was going to be announced today, but as it turns out, those rumors were correct. So also we have a couple of articles here. There's one from The Verge and one from Polygon. These were just some of the ones that I've noticed. The console looks a lot like the original. Speaking of the video, okay, did these guys actually get information from Nintendo? On top of the Switch 2, there's also a new USB-C port. The kickstand has a new design too, shaped like a U. Dock for the Switch 2 has a more rounded design. There will also be a separate controller grip that you can snap the Joy-Cons into. This is the same thing that we have right now for the original Switch. The only game shown is what appears to be a new Mario Kart title that appears to be Mario Kart 8, personally. Console will be backwards compatible with both physical and digital Nintendo Switch games, though the video caution certain will not work. Nintendo doesn't give a specific release date for consoles besides 2025, but has promised to share more in Direct on April 2nd, 2025. Like I said, makes the most sense for it to be like a holiday type release, which means this Christmas, y'all be ready, because the friggin' scalpers are going to be buying these in droves. Nintendo Switch will be a tough act to follow. The device was a clever hybrid of a home console and a handheld. The formula resulted in one of the best consoles, selling consoles of all time. A huge part of the console's success was that it was home to Nintendo's best ever games, including Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom, Mario Odyssey, Prime Remastered, and we're getting Prime 4 as well. The very popular Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Fortunately, you'll be able to play all those games in the new console. Nintendo said in November Switch successful would be compatible with Switch games and will have Nintendo Switch Online. The first Switch was also a massive sales hit. The company says so far it's sold 146 million units. Okay. Let's take a look at what we have here from Polygon. Looks like it's the same thing. So it looks like most people don't really have anything new. They're just talking about like the dates for the stuff that is happening for the hands-on experiences. Yep. It is what it is. It's just a new announcement. Like, listen, let me just be completely real. I'm buying it. It's part of my job, but also I'm a big fan of the Nintendo Switch. I really enjoy all of the time that I've spent playing Nintendo Switch personally. It is one of the consoles that I really like. And even though I recently switched to PC, I kind of want Nintendo to be the one that I have for the handheld experience. So yeah, I'm jumping in day one. Count me in, whatever. But you guys let me know in the comments section, how do you feel about the Nintendo Switch 2? Hopefully it'll be just like a more powerful version of the system that, you know, allows us to get more games at 60 FPS here and there. I'm assuming that this is going to have, because, you know, there's been multiple rumors and stuff about the hardware. Assuming this is going to have some type of NVIDIA GPU, APU most likely, but whatever it does have from NVIDIA is probably going to heavily feature the LSS, so it's going to use all of the technology that these guys are using nowadays in their GPUs, which is going to feature upscaling, DLSS, frame generation, all of that stuff, all the tricks under the book, and that I assume is going to be how this console is going to use most of its power. But we'll see. Let me know in the comment section. I'll see you guys in the next one. Stay strong, stay safe. Peace out.